Okay, we all know that this Marching to Zion movie is controversial, and people question Brother Steven Anderson's position on Jews. And because a lot of people who ascribe to replacement theology, secessionism, um, are, anti-Jewish, anti-Zionist, Jew haters, that Steven Anderson kind of uh, may get lumped in that area. So the question is, because there's a group of people that ascribe to that theology that's questionable, people ask, does Steven Anderson fall into that group? So we have to, look at the fruits and try the spirits, right? But we want to be fair when we do this. So everything's established at the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses. So we need to take our time and search the matter before we make a decision. So all this video is just one small piece of evidence for me as I watch his preaching and stuff, to understand his spirit regarding those he calls Jews. Now, if I say this person is wicked, and I say he's a black psychologist, what is the point of calling him black? And if I say he's a Catholic psychologist, what's the point of emphasizing the fact that he's Catholic? Or if I say, well, he's a communist psychologist, each of those times, whether it's, I say black, Catholic, communist, Democrat, liberal, conservative, white, Chinese, African, Asian, it doesn't matter. If I bring that out, that would seem to indicate some bias in that area. So let's look for that now and see if we find that anywhere in what follows.
Dr. James Dobson, Christian psychiatrist. Christian psychiatrist? What, are you going to be a Christian bartender? Christian prostitute? Hey, Christian psychiatrist. I thought psychiatry is of the devil. Hello? Sigmund Freud? Unbelieving, Christ-rejecting, perverted Jew? False teacher, false prophet, Sigmund Freud? I don't want anything to do with Freud. Unbelieving, Christ-rejecting, perverted Jew? The devil. Hello? Sigmund Freud? Unbelieving, Christ-rejecting, perverted Jew? False teacher?
All right. You heard him say perverted Jew. Now, I went and I looked up, he called Sigmund Freud, you can go look on the YouTube, the founder of modern psychology. Actually, I believe these two people, I looked it up on the internet, I don't know much about the field, are the founders. But he made it sound like that psychology is founded by a perverted Jew. Now, I looked up also Sigmund Freud's beliefs. He was pro-Jewish, but he was an atheist. I looked up the other founding psychologists. I looked at some professors' list of founders. I just left out the later Gestalt psychologists. And I found one questionable of Lutheran background. One, his father was William James, Wilhelm Wundt, Lutheran. William James had an unusual background, definitely not Jewish. Sigmund Freud was an atheist. He's, and I'll show you some stuff about these psychologists if you want to stay and listen. But he was pro-Jewish, okay? I won't deny that. John B. Watson, Baptist background, but he was apparently irreligious when he got older. And B.F. Skinner, an atheist. Pretty much psychology seems to be an atheistic field or a God-rejecting field. So if you want to stay, I'll show you the backgrounds of these and a little bit of each of their biographies and where they fit in. But you've really seen the main part of the video. Really a misrepresentation and bringing up that Sigmund Freud has a Jewish background really was unnecessary for the point of his video. And to me, this shows a bias. And a Freudian slip is when you say something that's on your mind that you didn't mean to say. And I think that him saying, ironically, that Sigmund Freud was a perverted Jew was a Freudian slip on his part. But, you know, that remains to be seen. Okay, I'll give you a little bit of biographies quickly with these guys so you understand that Steven Anderson was wrong about him being the father of modern psychology. And it's interesting that he attached Judaism to Sigmund Freud and then called Sigmund Freud the father of modern psychology. I will say, I mean, who knows? I mean, Sigmund Freud is a big name, but the professor or whoever this teacher was, the list that I got, these people, I think, were more called that. Okay, so you'll see. Hold on a second. First up on our list of ungodly psychologists is Wilhelm Wundt, called the father of modern psychology in this meme I got off of Google Images. And in 1867, he met Sophia Mao, and she was the eldest daughter of a theology professor. He was born of Lutheran parents. And, his father was a Lutheran minister. So I think there's no doubt that Wilhelm Wundt, instead of Freud, is called the father of modern psychology. And he's definitely not Jewish. Next up on our list of people, now I doubt the first one was really, I don't know how faithful, well anyway. William James, 1842 to 1910, and he was considered by some the father of American psychology. Not a Jew. He did have an unusual background. He was the son of a theologian, Henry James Sr. William James lived from 1842 to 1910. But the point is, he's definitely not Jewish. And for many people, he's said to rightfully be considered the founding father of American psychology and also the founding father of the psychology of religion. So this is William James. Now you do have some stuff about Sigmund Freud here. You will notice there is no yarmulke. He was born to Hasidic Jews. He did study the Torah, apparently. And he did speak several languages, including Jewish. He was subject, in Austria, I think it was, when the Nazis came in there. And there was violent Semitism. And I think it was his wife that the Gestapo pulled in and questioned her. But he was a known atheist. He was pro-Jewish, but he's a known atheist. He called God an illusion. You know, the fool hath said in his heart there is no God. But he was born to Hasidic Jewish parents. Okay. I did not see them call him the father of modern psychology. He is in the field of psychiatry. He's one of the founders of that particular area. And even the fact that he has a Jewish background, calling him a Jew, he's really atheist. And you could tell by the picture he doesn't dress like a Jew. So go figure. Interesting that he should emphasize in his message that, or one of the things that he emphasized about him, okay, was that he was Jewish. That would come out I think if he was thinking about it, he probably wouldn't have said it. So I really do think that was a Freudian slip. Yeah, most of these psychologists and psychiatrists look ungodly to me. Interested in humanism, in the sense of denying God and man is the center of all things. And John B. Watson, though, it'd be interesting. He's, I guess, one of the major people. I think it's behavioral psychology. He was born to Baptist. His mom was a Baptist. His father was an alcoholic, and left the family when he was 13 years old. So he's Baptist in background, but I don't see much about religion for John Watson. He certainly was not Jewish at all. So psychology is not this big Jewish conspiracy or anything like that. I don't think there's any connection or any big connection between Judaism and psychology. All right, and the last one here is Skinner. He was born in the United States. I should have put the year. I'm pretty sure he's 20th century. His father was a lawyer. He became an atheist after a Christian teacher tried to assuage his fear of hell that his grandmother described. I don't know. But the point is, he's an atheist. This field is an atheistic field, not a Jewish field. It's a field that denies God and not a field that has Judaism or anything like that in there. And it has no connection to psychology as far as I know, and there's no, it doesn't look like a New World Order Jewish conspiracy at all. And so you'd be your own judge, pray about it, study it, and I'm studying it too, his attitude and stuff. But there does seem to be some issues with Israel here that may go deeper than just Scripture. Well, thank you for watching, and thank you for your patience and your participation. Have a good day. Thank you.